Loading snacks.
Oh, what it do, snackers, snackettes, snack X's. It's your boy Gage. I'm joined as normal by Sin and by Jokes. We have a very special guest with us tonight. It is Mr. Eric Suggs Jr. Please show some love to Eric for coming to hang out with us. What up, Perp?
Perp in the
first.
building.
Perp's first. He beat Ty.
Well, that's not hard to do.
I'm about to say
It's not hard.
surprise.
It's not hard, but hey, J. Robert Deans, what it do?
Yeah, the whole crew. Everybody before
Nice.
Ty. This
Yeah,
is one time
always.
Everybody's here. I like this. That's what I'm talking about. Well, listen, for all of y'all who
What's
are
up,
here,
Robert?
that's right.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
now tuned in to Lotus Next Weekly, where we get together once a week and we talk about things that are happening in pop culture. And today, we're going to talk about Eric Suggs Jr. We're going to talk about, what up, Jose? Jose, I sent you something important on Twitter.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
So if you got that, I mean, just put that one out. I don't know. Russia's hacking us. What's up, Mama?
Do your thing, Joe.
Womp rat. Ain't happening. Perp said he was digging that Mr. Rogers joint in the beginning. I feel you.
Hey,
It's
joint
a
is fire.
cool, kind of bring you in. Chill bop. We're gonna talk about Eric. We're gonna talk about Artway Alliance, which Eric founded. We are going to talk about the new Doctor Strange Super Bowl trailer. We probably won't talk about the halftime show. Probably. Good, Jose. Make sure you put in for that. We're gonna talk about Spider-Man No Way Home because talking about Spider-Man is one of my favorite things to do. We have to do it. We'll talk a little bit about Horizon Forbidden West. We'll get into some gaming stuff with Nintendo doing some weird stuff or whatever. It's a packed show. What that means is we got to get going. So here's what we're gonna do first. My good man Eric. First and foremost, how are you?
I'm good. Thanks, and appreciate you guys having me on the show, man. For real, I've watched a couple episodes. Yeah.
I'm glad you've tuned in. That means you kind of know how we do, and
Yep.
you are aware that things can go off the rails.
Shenanigans.
Shenanigans.
As more than
Our
likely,
train
it will.
has banana peels for wheels, bro. No virtual late bachelor party for Suggs? What is happening here?
Uh-oh.
Virtual
What?
late. I don't know. So here's what we want to do. We need to get to know Eric a little bit. Okay. So first thing I want to know is, what is your pop culture poison? It's all. Listen, Cuddy. You jumping the gun, Cuddy.
It's already
Later on
expecting
in the
it.
show. Yeah, what's your pop culture poison? Like, what's the thing that just like, if it's in front of you, you gotta buy it. If you can't, if you're flipping through channels and it's on, you gotta leave it on. Like, what's the thing? What's the one thing?
Oh, probably.
Is that too tough?
No. I'm telling you, like the new thing now is I'm consuming so much YouTube, right? Watching hours of Jim Lee, like 6-hour sessions. Like
like
and
drawn,
it's just
like his
drawn, just him.
yeah.
But it's not even. It sometimes it starts off that he is there to draw, obviously, right?
Mm-hmm.
But a 6-hour session, like he may be working on a page that's going to be in
Right.
an upcoming book or something, and so
Right.
all the stops it starts, and then like he jumps into like teacher mode, and
Sure.
as he's talking, he's like, "This is how you do this and this and that." That's all day. My wife
Oh, I
will
believe it.
roll over or it'd be like, "You're still up?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm stuck. I'm stuck."
It's a 6-hour session. What you supposed to do?
I knew
Yeah.
Perp
look.
Attack on
Yeah.
Titan. Knew that was coming.
Yeah.
But you know what? Hey, Perp, I'll give you that because like right now, I'm riding that wagon right now.
Attack on Titan is
Attack on Titan.
is it.
Come on now. It's
I haven't jumped
What's
into
up?
that just yet.
Poison?
I do
Shocking.
plan to get it.
Let me tell you. All right, so
you'll
let me
enjoy that ride.
let me tell you something, Suggs. So I started Attack on Titan season 1. Started it early. As soon as the joint dropped, I was on it, right? And I was like, this joint fire. And then, like right before the end of the first season, I stopped watching it. Sin was mad at me, and I was like, all right, that's enough Attack on Titan.
You was just
I just never jumped back in.
done?
And so
you were just kind of
now,
like done.
well, here's the thing. Now my favorite thing about Attack on Titan is watching other people get excited about it.
Okay.
Like I don't
Okay.
Reels, TikToks, people just going off, and it's like, and
Yes.
here's the thing. There's something that is oddly satisfying for me right now about watching people be so excited about something I know about, but I don't know the details of. And so I just sit and I'm just listening because people talk, it's almost like eavesdropping on people when they talk about something you just ain't supposed to know. You know what I'm saying? Or like, I don't know, sitting somewhere and people are speaking another language. And you don't know what they're saying, but you know they having a good time. Like that's
Right.
it.
You
That's
do that
all.
with us. That's literally us.
That happened to us last week. We was sitting after the show, and me and Joe just started going in on Attack on Titan. B was like, "I'm out of here." It just
Yeah, I was like, I got operators to level up the 10. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, it's the joy. It's the joy.
Yeah.
It's the simple joy and pleasure that people show. The genuine reaction to something that they're invested in, right?
I have this weird fear of like when people are really, really excited and invested in something and they're like, yo, you need to see this or you need to do this. I'm so scared that when I do it, I'm not going to like it and I'm going to have to come back and break some hearts. And then we're going to have to argue about it. And I'm going to have to tell you like, nah, the joint's actually weak because like, I don't.
That's all he does.
Poke. I'm good
poke.
at that. Like I'm known for that. Like I've ruined some things for people, and it's okay for you to love what you love. That's the thing. We don't all have to love the same thing.
Right.
I learned to just enjoy the fact that other people enjoy something, and that is okay. Like I don't. It's a weird thing. Like I don't have a fear of missing out the way I used to anymore because
okay.
I can enjoy that other people enjoy something. You know what I mean? And like I don't. Like I can watch people draw, like I could watch Jim Lee for 6 hours. Like I would be totally zoned in. I'm not gonna turn around and sit down and draw though after that. You know what I mean? Like I'm just like, yo, that dude be creating. Like that's just how you know what I mean?
Right.
Like it's cool for me. Purpose. Listen, don't get spoiled, Gage. Listen, I'm not. You can't. I don't think you can spoil it for me because I won't.
Because you'll tell him something. Honestly, the way Attack on Titan is structured, like you'll tell him something, and then by the time he watches, he's like, "Wait a minute, you told me this, but like, so it ain't even gonna make a difference, honestly."
But that's anime. That's anime storytelling, right? I mean, anime from the first time I ever was introduced to it, and then to be like thrusted into like a Dragon Ball Z kind of thing was like, dude, what is this? Hooked,
exactly.
Right? But yeah,
it's so different.
Yeah.
Robert Dean's, and I'm gonna have you answer this question.
I see you talking about Superman and Beast Wars.
Just answer the questions. What are your thoughts?
Beast Wars, I can't do. I'm sorry.
My man.
Beast Wars, I can't. But here's what I will give to Beast Wars.
Okay.
During the time that show came out, the technology that was used to actually produce the show, that's all up. Outside, it just wasn't the storytelling, all that.
Right.
I
That's
just
all I can
wasn't.
say.
Stupid.
It's all good. I got
Now,
Purpose back up here, so I'm good.
Oh, so that's your thing?
Beast Wars
That's your
fire.
thing?
I love
Wars?
Beast Wars. Like, for me, you know what? Kind of the same with you, how you said about the technology. Me growing up as a kid, like that was what I watched. Like, obviously, all respect to Gen 1. Like, clearly, wait,
Be
quiet.
quiet.
Damn it, man! Like, Perp, you on my side.
I can't right now.
I love it, but I can't say superior, my dude. Now, hey, but when the new Transformers Rise of the Beast come out, we may be able to have some super arguments when that come out.
Well, listen, let me just tell you right now.
You just like animals
Don't
transforming?
set yourself up. Don't do that. Because
I want to.
I feel like,
you know what? I'm gonna do it this time. Normally, I don't do that. I'm gonna hype this zone up.
I think you do it a lot.
And I'm gonna go see it, and then when it's garbage, Gage, I'm gonna come on this show, and I'm gonna be the first person to air the shiznit.
When they drop that trailer, we are watching that live together.
I won't watch it.
We are recording that live together.
I'm gonna wait.
Fair, impartial judge when you come back to talk about.
I don't think I was 5. I don't think I was quite 5, J. Robert. I don't think. Actually, hold up. Let me do some math.
Right, Jose.
Yes, Joe.
Transformers.
What is that?
Yeah.
Beast
Give me the
Wars,
Dinobots.
Jurassic Park.
Insecticons, I'm good with that.
Insecticons, as far as I'll go. Let me tell you something, man. That new Jurassic, we're not gonna watch that, but that new Jurassic Park trailer got me.
Yeah, that's
I was like, bro, they might be doing something. Like the last 2 joints or 3 joints, whatever it was. Like I was not going to the theater to see them joints. It was cool to like sit down and watch them at home. This joint, I might get up and go somewhere to see this joint. Straight up.
D-Box though. D-Box.
Oh yeah, I want the seats. I want the whole moving experience. That's how it gets down.
Yeah.
Straight
Still
up.
never
Like,
done
that
D-Box.
joint
I still got to do
looks
that.
You haven't done D-Box yet, Sin?
Never done it.
Dude, like
And now I'm closer to the joint in the Rundle, so it's not like I can't just go over there and just go do it. Any
movie, like Jurassic Park or any action.
I mean, you know what? I think that comes out around my birthday in June, so that could be a little thing. I can go there and try D-Box for the first time.
Look, you can even cheat. You can even cheat. So the front seats are the vibrating seats, but every seat behind it gets a bit of the residual.
The residual off.
Yeah.
So
you get a little bit of that.
You get a little vibration.
Hey, listen. Waddy says what's up. That's Game of Blue. To you, Eric.
Okay. What's up? Let
me tell you something. Midnight Designs.
Yeah.
Hey, Perp, listen.
What's up, sis?
You are not gonna tell me that Megatron was peak when he was not.
That was a T-Rex.
Holding your
hey,
hand.
The one thing,
hey, listen.
My man was a 9 million with a scope.
Around with Megatron, man. What you
the best part, I ain't gonna lie though. The best part about Megatron, the T-Rex Megatron, was just him after every sentence. Yes, like that was probably the only thing that was every sentence.
Matter of fact,
I can't get with it.
Chrome-plated Megatron with the scope and the little attachment piece. That's the joint. Come on,
matter of fact, though, and for real, I'm gonna break you because technically, peak Megatron is Leonard Nimoy as Galvatron. Straight up.
Hey,
Galvatron.
I'll give you that.
Canon. That made sense. The fact that he could he's this giant robot that could shrink down to be able to get in the hand was like, okay, I'm gonna suspend like all this anyway. But not until you look at it as older, because one of my YouTube like infatuation, it was to kind of sit and watch the intros. And so I watched like all of the Transformers intros just recently. Mm-hmm. And the Beast Wars came up, and I'm just watching it. I'm just like, oh no.
It doesn't age well at all.
Oh no. And so, but love it, bro. If you love it all the way. Ride or die for
it. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Megatron Blicky is the thing.
He jumps in my man Starscream's hand. He just started racking off with that thing. Come on, man. Straight gangster.
Megatron as Galvatron was my jam all day.
Yes, that first Galvatron transformation when he showed up at Starscream's coronation. This was my coronation. Coronation Starscream. He was like, Megatron, here's a hint. And he listen, he turned my man into straight gray dust. Dog,
dust.
Like, he was a thug, dog. Get out of here, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. He was an actual.
That's why I love the Transformers
Facts.
I actually would love to go see that again in the theater. Just like
What's up? Hey,
just
listen.
for it.
I think we can make that happen.
I think we
we
definitely make
just
that
take
happen.
it. We just rent the joint out like $200, and we just all go watch. Yeah, let's do it. I'm down.
What's up. That's what's up.
I'm down.
All
right. So listen. So E, let's talk about you, because
Yes.
what we are is on that train with banana wheels. We're on that train.
We'll stay on the battle for this forever.
Yeah, no doubt. Like we could do this all day, and it would be fun. I'd be okay with it. But
right.
So yeah. So listen. Talk to me about you, what you do, and then let's get into Art Way Alliance. Talk to me a little about yourself, man.
So yeah, man, I just love just line work. And you know, from the very first time I actually had a chance to go to a convention, which was an anime convention, I was just blown away by all the different styles of work. But then I never really saw people, unless they were doing commissions, right? Never really saw like sessions where you could learn how to draw this, draw that. None of that stuff was a thing when I was growing up. I mean, I was Prince George's County, went to Largo. And so when it came to like, when it came to just drawing, period, you had your art, your traditional art stuff, right? Mm-hmm. And it wasn't until I'm gonna say 10 years, I put down pencil, was like, I ain't doing this stuff no more. I'm on the metro train and this kid sees me like drawing something and asked me if I was a teacher. And I said no. And then it got off at the next stop, and it kind of stuck with me. And so I was like, man, the next time if ever I come across, you know, a kid or whatever, and I'm drawing something or whatever, I'll be able to at least say, where's your mom, your dad, or, you know, who you're here with? Like pull out a card and say, hey, check this out. This is a skill building organization. And that's all it is. It's Art Way Alliance from the very beginning has always been about working with artists who don't mind showing their process, right? Yeah. And a lot of that really came from me growing up being a latchkey kid, you know, Nintendo, Saturday morning cartoons, VCR, and a TV tray in a ream of paper was my thing, you know. Yeah. And it wasn't until, you know, I'm watching this show that used to come on called, I think it was called Square City. And it was a really old show, but it actually was showing like dynamics of drawing, perspective, and all this other stuff. And then Bob Ross, right? Just watching teachers teach, right? Yeah. That whole passion, and then even Mr. Rogers, I would say, would be part of like all the personas of stuff that I've soaked up over the years, and was like, man, if there was a place where someone could go and learn, like, oh, I love anime. Oh, we're going to show you, you know, here's a little history. Here's this, here's that. And then it all started just based off of me just thinking that there's other people who want to learn how to do this stuff like I do. Yeah. And that was 2013. This 2022. We just got invited to do Katsucon this weekend. And so we do stuff with Left Field Media, Awesome Con, and all this other stuff. So it's just been a great ride. Yep, Square City. Yep. Yeah. Yep.
So
yeah.
I have a question for you. Like that first interaction, you being on the metro and drawing, what do you think it was about you that made that kid ask you if you were a teacher? Like they didn't ask you if you were an artist or if you do comic books or whatever. They asked you if you were a teacher. What do you think made them ask you that?
I'm not even sure. And it may be because he had a passion for drawing, right?
Could be.
It just kind of, but I felt like that was my former self kind of like reaching out because I wasn't drawing anything substantial, right? It was just a figure, had two little shadows in the back because it was something that was on my mind. I think I was going through something at work at the time, and it was just that thing. And then the thing what stuck with me is the fact that it just replayed in my mind. I said, man, the next time I will never be able to say no, or if I didn't start Art Way Alliance, that at least I know tutors, and because if I hadn't started, I think I still would be on this convention path and networking. Yeah, exactly. Just like with I see the rising of esports, right? Like that's a thing. And the more we start telling people about this stuff, the more they can be included so that, when the tides start to change, that whether you want to do art, whether you want to write, whether you want to do animation, animate, all this stuff. And then being able to see people progress over the years from doing conventions is the other part that kind of has kept me really stable in just Our Way Alliance kind of being what I started it out to be with the help and support of my wife and my homegirl Sierra, and a bunch of other artists who have been down from like day one. Like Jerry Penelope, like Identity Comics, the whole crew. Like I was able to work with them when. Did you guys know about Jeppy's Entertainment Museum that was in Baltimore?
Yeah.
And so we actually did a lot of work with them, and I was able to book Jerry and Penelope when they were still on the East Coast. And to see them, Oxon Hill, like this just is like, yo, this is possible. We ball, we play ball. We graded everything when we put our attention. I'm just talking about the Black community, just straight up the Black community. When we put our energy and passion into stuff, we created hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Like that was just rent parties and it's hot outside, somebody blasting music from their window. So the creativity part of it was what also from seeing stuff like that to being like, man, there's got to be a place or at least a way to kind of, help people out, just help folks to skill build.
Just to clarify for everybody who's watching. So Our Way Alliance, and Joseph, you could put the link up for everybody.
Yep.
Our Way Alliance is a nonprofit. So what are the best ways for us, for people, to help support Our Way Alliance and what Our Way Alliance does?
So, like one of the things that we're doing now, I'm trying to really push hard is people who have kids, or if you don't, nephews, nieces, whatever, and their parents are active members of their school's PTA. We want to be down with the PTA. With COVID doing what it did, I feel like what we could bring to the table is a bit of an escape where we can bring in the subject stuff, because this is how you can transform STEM into STEAM, right? By adding the arts to it. And it's like, okay, so what STEAM characters do you all know about in the Marvel universe? Okay, let's draw this guy.
Right.
Let's draw this lady. Let's draw this city. And then do the challenge. And so that's been sort of the saving grace for like everything that we've done so far, is to sort of get connected and then host programming, whether they be at a convention or at a person's school. It could be after school program. We've done stuff with homeschool communities. We've done stuff with museums, churches, all that. And so parents, so parents that are connected to PTAs is definitely what we're trying
one of the best ways to get. So getting that information in front of PTA so that they can
right, and so they can play host. So you guys remember CreatorCon, right?
Yeah.
Right. And so that is what, and I'm in the works with some folks, Brian Tillman in particular, and Elvin Hernandez also. There's these college professors, right, who teach this stuff. Like you can get a degree in this discipline. Not enough people know about it. And so we want to do something to kind of help. And so Art Way Alliance is in the works, trying to build some stuff on the side. But the reach would be absolutely having PTAs host like something like a Creator Con, where we can then be like, oh, this is going to be a college career in education or edutainment event. And then that's how we end up being able to find our younger selves to help them to be like, yo, if you like basketball, but maybe not a baller, but maybe you could be a programmer and learn how they created this video game and just start from the drawing.
You know what? I'll tell you that, like, years ago, Brian Turner and I, along with Jose and another friend of ours, we had a company that we just were doing designs, and one of the design, like we were doing designs for like a basketball league. We're doing their logos for their,
Okay.
for the different teams in basketball leagues. Like you never know,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? But art is everywhere. It's everywhere. It's on everything, and
Everywhere.
so it's not just comic books, but it's even the layout that we have here now. It's in UI, it's in UX design, it's in all those things, and so so many of the lessons that you got that that you can put in front of people that are interested in doing something like that is super important. It is super important because anything you can do to show people that there are multiple lanes to success,
Right.
right? I think a lot of times we get pigeonholed into understanding what it takes to be successful and what success looks like.
Right.
And to know that there are ways to be successful and to self-sustain in artwork, that businesses are looking for people who can do this kind of a thing, that they want people. And again, it's everywhere, right? Like Jerry was just working for Blizzard. Like we've always
Right.
loved video games, right? But the idea that they need people who can do storyboards, or they need art
Right.
directors for a particular game that's coming up, or whatever it is, right? That there's work in so many fields that you might not have ever thought about. When you sit down and you watch a movie, or even if it was a TV show, there's still concept art that is, this
Right.
is how the set's gonna look, this is how, you know what I mean.
Right.
So all those things are crazy important, man. And I love the idea and the concept behind Artway Alliance. I think the
Thank
funniest
you.
thing about all of this is that, like, our paths have probably been interwoven for a long time, right? Like I
Very long.
don't know.
Very
Wait,
long
listen.
time.
Did you graduate from Largo?
I did. 94.
All right, so hold on. So that means me, you, Jose, Brian Turner, and Sin were all at Largo at the same time.
Yep.
What?
That's nuts.
We graduated. I
That's
graduated
crazy.
in '95 with Brian and Jose,
Okay.
and Sin
Okay.
was '97.
97, yeah.
So at some point,
Wow.
We was all in
Yeah.
that building at the same time, and so was Doctor Who. She was there too. Like, hey, it's crazy.
I was there too, just years in the future.
Way later.
That is wild.
Here's
That
the
is
other thing,
wild.
E, like when we were talking earlier, and you were like, "Oh yeah, I used to work at Forestville Mall." I'm like, "I worked at Forestville Mall." You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like, I was right down,
Yep.
at the Sam Goody, and you just
Yeah.
you never know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you just you never know, man. How
The
that
circles, man.
Relax.
It's
Hey,
like
that
gravity.
right there is exactly why Beast Wars is whack. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because of
This
95.
this G1 over here. We talking about
Yeah.
G1. y'all Beast Wars.
Facts, bro. Cuddy was there too. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Like straight up, Cuddy was there. Yeah, I mean,
Largonians.
Yeah.
yeah. Look, you never listen. All my siblings went there. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if you need to get into what middle school and all that you went to too, but you was probably right here with us. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
I was at a Catholic school, so I went to St. Margaret's, but I was right off of Addison Road Metro Station.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do.
C2. C2 was my route to get home.
Up the street. That's
Yeah.
real. Yeah, man. So look, man, like, yeah, I really love what it is that you're doing. I love what Artway Alliance is about. I love seeing you guys at conventions, holding tables, having kids, doing competitions. Like, just
And so before you get to so I got to mention this one because this is the one that just recently happened. That's
Okay.
like, and this is why I love this whole thing. And if I could do it full time, like I know if you guys do Loaded Snacks full time, like I would be in heaven, right?
Yeah.
To be at that convention up in Ocean City with your daughter's teacher was like,
Yeah.
what?
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. That was a real moment.
Like,
That was hilarious.
That was a real moment. Yeah.
Right. And knowing the projects that he's trying to do and how he and I have talked, I was like, man, like, when funding comes, all these ideas could flow so much easier, but there's red tape. But this is why PTAs are always going to be the best route to get anything that you think your kids, you want to expose them to. Let the school do what they do.
Yeah.
But if you're like over here, you can learn real world. Like, okay, your school don't have this, but we're gonna
Yeah.
do this, right?
What about
So yeah,
man, it's so much harder. Everything's so different now, man. But like,
yeah,
tag programs and magnet schools and stuff like that, man. And even doing stuff like during the day. Like again, like one of the things that we're trying to work on is getting to being comfortable being a geek panel to be something that we can do at schools. Like we really want to take that to schools and be able to like sit in an auditorium full of kids and just say, look, like it's okay to be you. It's okay to love what you love. It's okay to
yo,
do, you know what I mean, do your thing and really have
that's
open
Team
dialogue.
Summit. That's BET
Yeah.
Team Summit.
Yeah, you really go back, but you're right. But you're right. Like that's I mean that's really that's what it is, man. Again, I anything that is about outreach and is about teaching and exposing people to options.
Right.
To know that there are options, right? And
Yes.
especially in the way that the school systems, look, I spent some time working in the school system. The in the time I was there, I honestly did learn to feel like it was so much more politically motivated than it was about actually taking care of kids and teaching them.
Sadly.
That while the idea of going back has always sat in the back of my mind, somewhere I've always felt like I could do better work outside of the school system. I just have always felt that way.
Yeah.
So again, I really do. I love what y'all are doing. So again, Joe's popping links up there one more time just in case, because it's cold and people are talking and I love y'all.
Ty jumps in late, so he needs to make sure that he gets them links too.
Yeah, Ty just got here, so he gotta add him links. Look, ourwayalliance.org. Hit the website up. Again, there's a Facebook and there's an Instagram. Y'all know how it is across the social, but ourwayalliance.org. And, if you're aligned in any way with the PTA, I know some of y'all have kids, you know what I mean, that are in schools and things like that. If you're aligned with the PTA, if you can get information to the PTA or pass this information on to them and have them check out what Art Way Alliance is doing to try to get them in the school to help push, again, that A in STEM, that art piece of STEM is still so important. And I'm going to tell you that whether you know it or not, there's so much math and art that like, it just makes sense for things to be more STEAM than STEM. So J. Robert Dean says, actually, y'all have something there. School presentation, LS Presents Art Way Alliance could include a presentation about being comfortable being geek, could breakout session. I mean, yeah, it sounds like you got it and somebody out there on the Virginia side, set that up and send us an invite, man.
Who we want to talk to would be the school board.
Sure.
And invite all the presidents of the PTAs one shot to be like, okay, we cover all these schools.
Pro artists, musicians, writers, etc. Yeah, I think when we cover a lot of those aspects too, like Gage and Sin did the whole music thing for a while. We all were in the band. Like all these different areas, they all intersect somehow in every shape and form. And a lot of people to this day still don't realize that, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. Correct. I mean, listen, I'm not to jump too far ahead, but like next week's guest is somebody who's been working in the music industry for a very long time. Somebody I've known for a very long time. It's gonna be really great to have him on the show, and who is also teaching. And he's from the area. He doesn't live in the area anymore, but he's from here. He used to run Puffy's recording studio. Like he's a clean engineer, and I'm talking like engineering, like the classics, like Biggie's joints, look like all the classic Bad Boy joints. Like my man is in there, like mixing engineering, all that. So it's gonna be great to have him on. Again, we do know a lot of people, we know a lot of artists and stuff like that are in this area. Again, I would love to just do something. Again, we'll figure something out. We'll link up. We've already had conversations about it, Eric. So
yeah,
I'm on board. We just need to push it. And again, like having folks like you all that are here in the chat, in the comments, kind of hearing about it, learning about it, being able to push that word out and really talk about it is going to do nothing but help.
And then come out like the other connection for any parents that's listening or tuned in. Like when we do shows, like I said, we got Katsicon this weekend. It's not going to be the exact setup that we do when we do Awesome Con, but we'll get there. Right. I'm just I'll be learning the landscape of Katsicon. But all the other shows, like the week after that, we got a sci-fi convention, Farpoint.
Yeah,
and so we do a lot of shows. Annapolis Comic-Con, we're doing that show. And so I say come out. You come out to these shows, participate, and this gives you the actual visual and the immersive experience. And then from there, it's just like, sitting across from everybody else that hold the purse strings of this or that, and we can make something work.
Absolutely. Absolutely, man. I want to thank you for coming and sharing that with us. We are going to get into some pop culture news today.
Nice.
We're about to do something. Hey, Sin.
Yeah.
Can we do something?
Let's do it.
That's all the permission I needed.
That's it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Here it goes. Dude.
Every night, I dream the same dream. The nightmare begins.
Eric, have you seen this trailer yet?
I did what I had to do.
Is this the one from the Super? No, I haven't seen this one.
Yes. Okay.
Protect our world. You cannot control everything strange. You opened the doorway between universes. And we don't know who or what will walk through it. Wanda. What do you know about the multiverse?
Viz had his theories. He believed it was dangerous.
He was right. I'm sorry, Steven. Your desecration of reality will not go unpunished. We should tell him the truth. Things just got out of hand.
You break the rules. Look out! And become a hero. I do it. I become the enemy. It doesn't seem fair.
Yeah.
Can I just say that May never felt so far away?
Dog, who you telling?
Man.
May never felt so far away. So here's what we have to do. Let's get the elephant in the room out of the room. Jokes, what's the elephant in the room?
Man, Professor Xavier is back.
Bro, Patrick Stewart
is the one.
Listen, they put my man Chuck on wheels back in. Listen, don't just because they didn't show his face, like it was just like the back. What's up, Domingo? That back left side joint.
No.
The
voice and the roll in.
It's over because it basically means the mutants are official.
Officially in the MCU, babe. And it came in. We've been talking about this, and I said I only needed them to do one thing: just give us Professor X, and that is the one. And they literally did it to the T that I said that they were going to do. I was like, yes,
Illuminati, Professor X. Listen, I don't know if y'all watched Loki. You should have watched Loki.
You should have watched Loki.
Our minds for all of this with all of these variants, because it's like 3 variants of Doctor Strange just in this joint, and at least 2 versions of Wanda, possibly 3.
Yeah. I'm sure it's 4 Stranges. It's 4 Stranges.
Yeah, because there's Defender Strange.
Regular Strange. They call him Sinister Strange. I guess.
Yeah, because Zombie Strange is in there too.
Yes.
At the end.
Yes.
Disgusting. It's disgusting, bro. It's yes, you saw what if characters in the trailer. So, not to mention that when they dropped this, I didn't grab the poster. I should have grabbed the poster. You wouldn't have been able to see it if I grabbed the poster anyway.
I think I know what you're about to talk about.
But in the new poster that they dropped right after they dropped the trailer, there's glass breaking
shards.
in it. You can see. Go ahead, say it, Jokes.
Captain Carter's shield is in one of them shattered pieces of glass.
What? Okay.
Yeah, so like there are people who are speculating that like she might be one of the Illuminati. You know what I mean? There's so much they could do with this. There's a scene like when him and America Chavez being in this joint is a big deal. Again, that's
I thought that's who that was.
That's exactly who it is.
Yeah, so they were falling through their star-shaped portals. That's because of America Chavez. And it looked like they were falling through the Savage Land, bro. Like they were falling through a green joint with dinosaurs biting at each other. Slim, there's so much happening in this trailer. It might be the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen.
No,
like it's just there's a scene in there where it literally looks like Wanda's fighting. They say it's Captain Marvel. And if you look at it, you pause it. She black. So it could be Captain Marvel, but it's either Monica or Maria Rambeau, it looks like. But now I'm even starting to hear speculation about it being the Blue Marvel. And I don't know if y'all know Blue Marvel.
It shows all over the place.
Blue Marvel?
Because Blue Marvel is like this weird kind of offshoot person who was sort of involved in the Illuminati or ended up involved in the Illuminati that like, if they were to use this to introduce Blue Marvel, that would be incredible. But technically, like with him being like the first actual Marvel superhero.
Right.
This joint, it looks like there's a scene when they walk him in and you see all them sitting, you see the chairs. It definitely looks like one of them could be Black Panther because it's the shadow, but you can see something that looks like it's around the neck. But it also could be Reed Richards. They're talking about John Krasinski being a version of Reed Richards. This is from another joint. I saw Perp say something about Bruce Campbell. If they did and Bruce Campbell's probably in this because Sam Raimi is directing this, which is my only issue with this movie right now, is that Sam Raimi's his stuff has a tendency to end up looking and feeling kind of corny, like super melodramatic, which I think is going to be different for what this is supposed to be. But the fact that it is supposed to be leaning more into like right now, they said that this movie is going to be more of like a horror film. And what they're showing us right now isn't quite giving that vibe. Which means either they're trying to soften it up for later or it's going to be a surprise. But Sam Raimi is kind of the right person to do that because that's really, you know what I mean, where he comes from with Evil Dead and all that. What's up, Josh?
That's a name I've heard of.
Hey, listen, I think his arm could have been too skinny to be Krasinski, but the thing about it is they could do something that, first of all, Marvel is known for trailers.
Marvel freaking trailers.
Yeah,
there's some definite stuff thrown in here just for.
There's already hoodwinks in this trailer alone. Like,
I'm gonna tell you what. There's a scene. It's
Black
so
Bolt
fast.
is also a rumor.
So fast. I must have watched this joint like 8 times. It could be Black Bolt, and that would be dope if it's Black Bolt because they need to do something with the Inhumans when they started, right? And it's possible, right? Perp that Nightmare is in this somehow. Helping the controller, doing something with it. You're right, Domingo. Evil Dead. Like, that's Sam Raimi's thing. That's why we'll probably get Bruce Campbell in this joint. He's in everything else that Sam Raimi does.
He's in here somewhere.
There's a scene where, like, you see America Chavez, like, strung up, all fours. She got her hands tied, whatever. And there's this creature that has, like, the ribbons wrapped around him, which looks like it's Sidorak. Which is like, if you remember, not Endgame, but Infinity War, when they were fighting Thanos at the end, Doctor Strange did the thing where he threw like it looked like ribbons, red ribbons that are coming out from him, and he used them to like hold Thanos in place. Those are that's the magic of Sidorak that he's using to do that. And Sidorak is the person whose Jim, my man Professor X's dear brother, stepbrother, touched to become the Juggernaut. And when you look at that joint's face, it kind of looks like. Listen, they're doing way too much with this joint.
I'm loving it.
Favorite thing ever.
They're the masters, man.
I love it. I love the speculation.
Yeah.
It's like there's so many. Again, we said this before on the show that like doing the multiverse means they can do whatever they want now, right?
Mhm.
And right now it feels like they're doing whatever they want.
Yeah.
They're doing whatever they want. They just reaching. Just you know what? We could bring in so and so, and here's the other thing.
It's the movie to do.
Where's
Man.
Kang?
Who
Chilling.
knows? We probably already seen Kang somewhere.
show
We
up
didn't probably see him
somewhere.
and just don't realize it. For all we know.
Like they are setting it up for it to be that Wanda, in some manner or another, may be the big bad of this movie
Mhm.
somehow, right? Because supposedly, like within the comic books, like the one thing, like she's a constant because she's a Nexus being. She's a constant in every universe. So it
Playful
basically
gorilla.
what's up, Playful? Good to see you, bro. Yeah, that's E. That's E.
What's up? What's up?
The constant is, yeah, I said, where's Kang? Where you at? Is that if she's in every universe, she's still destined, no matter what universe she's in, to become the Scarlet Witch because it's written in the book, and the book is a constant through all the universes.
Mm-hmm.
So like, it's kind of like no matter what she does, like she said in the joint, she's like, if I, you know, when I break the rules, I'm the enemy. When you break the rules, oh,
that was the one. That was it.
It was a two-piece.
Yes.
I know Kang Jonathan Majors in Loki. I want to know where he is in all of this.
This going down now. 'Cause my man, dog.
Yes, I did see the theory of the kids of it possibly being her kids, in her eye when they zoom in on her eye.
Good possibility.
It also does look like she's the one who's possibly attacking Carmitage. Like
this is just absolutely nuts right now, and I'm loving it. I am loving it.
Yeah, me too. Because there is something for everyone. Like, again, the idea alone of getting Zombie Strange is like, what we gonna do here? And
Zombie
yeah, it's out of control, and they clearly like they can't wrap it up in this movie. Like they can't. Like there's no way in like 2 hours.
We'll see.
You know what I mean? Like
the Illuminati alone is literally a whole entire story to itself. So just to introduce them, whatever variation of what they want to do with the Illuminati, because obviously at this point, like we've been hearing the rumors that there's going to be a variant Iron Man that's going to show up within it. They could easily not do that and use other important MCU characters and put in there, like Mordor showing up there, and it looks like he is on the Illuminati. To me, immediately it's like I feel like my man's gonna get thrown out, and Strange is his replacement because I don't know, man.
There's a scene in there where like, he swings a sword at Doctor Strange and hits his handcuff. There's something about it that makes me feel like they're maybe gonna, and they are saying Tom Cruise Iron Man. Yeah, there's something about it that makes me feel like Mordo, or at least that version of Mordo, may realize that Doctor Strange might be the only person they have that can help kind of get it back together. Like there's that scene where you see him kind of rotating. You see all the different orbs, like all the different like multiverse universes moving. If you go back and you look at the end of WandaVision when she's sitting and she's going through the dark hole, those are the exact same orbs that she has around her when she's listening and she hears her kids, right? There's also theories that like she's being controlled, possibly by Nightmare or by somebody else. Could be Sidorak or something else. Possibly even Dormammu.
That'd be a good catalyst to throw in there.
It's out of control. Hey, listen, Zaina, I respect that. She like, I can't even be bothered to make assumptions.
That's the best part about this. It's the best part.
That is for me. You know, it is anxiety inducing. It is, but. Just coming up with theories and watching, like right now, I'm just like, how many more trailers are they going to give us between now and May 6th?
You know what? They could do it and only change little small things. Because like there was technically 2 trailers dropped. The jump that they actually dropped at the Super Bowl had a very few small differences. Like we saw Defender Strange, which looked like he was actually saving America Chavez from getting eaten up by
pulled by Sidorak or
by the
whoever
creature,
it
and
is.
he like sacrificed himself to do whatnot ever. We saw a different shot of Wanda, so they could everything we've seen as usual per Marvel could be absolutely hoodwinked that we didn't seen in this trailer. Like we didn't already seen where Wanda and Strange are having the conversation where he's asking about the multiverse. Clearly, there's two instances of that same location in this trailer where it's Wanda dressed normally with the whole trees in the background, and then Wanda all in the suit, and then the background is all like mystified or whatever. So hoodwink. It's all throughout.
You know, when is All-Star Weekend? That might be too soon.
It's too soon.
For
I
us to
think
get another
All-Star
trailer.
Weekend.
I think that's too soon.
Next weekend.
Yeah, I don't think they do that. I think whatever next weekend is going to be reserved for whatever the next Disney thing. So All-Star Weekend will be a Disney trailer or something for Star Wars. Could be Kenobi's trailer or something like that. May 6th, they're going to put this joint out 2 days after Star Wars Day, and they're going to push the Obi-Wan Kenobi joint to the end of May. Something's wrong here. Somebody's not thinking. They should have just bumped that joint up and given us Kenobi on Star Wars Day. That's how I'm feeling.
Wanda's not going to kill the Illuminati.
I think she's going to. No, I think she's going to kill the Illuminati multiple times. I think that them bringing him there is going to be like they're like there are all these other versions and all these other multiverses where they can't stop her, but they haven't been able to stop her.
I
can't.
You know
what I'm saying?
I can't take another killing of Professor X on screen. I can't.
When it turns out that what happened in X-Men 3
technically never happened.
It was actually Wanda. You know what I'm saying? That did that joint. It wasn't Jean.
Oh, yeah. Wanda, I'm not. Oh, no.
Yeah. Wanda, yeah. Like
Doctor Strange ain't want to smoke with Batman. Hey, they could have released them to the same day. I'm sorry. I had tickets to them Jones right back to back.
Let me tell you something.
Okay.
That Batman joint is not gonna do even close to Doctor Strange. No.
Oh, nowhere.
Not even close.
I'm just here for the villains. I'm just here for the villains now. Yeah. Like Batman, I can really care less who plays him now at this point.
See?
It's like what's gonna be the next awesome
villain? I'm looking forward to see his interpretation of Batman on the screen. I want to see it. I want to say it does.
Cool. I'm cool. I'm again.
That's fair.
I'm interested in seeing his interpretation of Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
More important to me than the Batman because they can.
That side to me is the easier side that you can do. It's the pulling off the Bruce.
Yeah.
Who would y'all say have been the best Bruce so far?
Michael Keaton.
What's Keaton? It's Keaton. Keaton, but Keaton is the best Bruce partially because those movies were directed, like literally they said, in order to make this a good Batman movie, this movie has to be about Bruce Wayne instead of being about Batman, which is what really makes Batman really good. It's like getting into the nitty gritty of Bruce Wayne. It's why a show like Gotham can be about Bruce Wayne as a child and work and last for seasons.
Right.
Like that's why that works, because it really is about Bruce Wayne. Like, yes, we know what Batman does, but we don't really argue about Bruce Wayne. We fight about Batman and all the ridiculous things that he does.
Right.
That dude.
Right.
It's fake. But that's a whole other. All right, so listen. Here's what I want to do. Since we're already on the Marvel train. No Way Home. No Way Home beat out Avatar. Top grossing film here in the US. Now. By like $9 million. I'm probably gonna keep coming. Okay. Here comes Ty in the comments. Oh, man. DC hate segment of the show. I'm about to let the dog out come back with
it's not DC hate. It's just that track record is not proving very well. So
their track record's a little shaky.
We just want to do well and do right by the characters that you love so much. That's what we want to see. Like, you can't listen. They're gonna keep making garbage, Ty, as long as you keep saying what they're making is good. It's not. So if you keep good, it's not good. But if you keep supporting it, that's what they're gonna keep making. You're gonna keep making it worse. That's part of the problem.
I have hopes for Black Adam. Maybe that does.
Black
I don't
Adam
even
is
know.
the one. No, Black Adam's the one that really that I have high hopes for.
I don't have high hopes. I'm just like,
You want
okay.
it to be.
It's the only
I
one
want
that
it
I
to
can
be.
have high
I
hopes
want
for.
it to be. I want DC to actually operate and it's the wildest thing of seeing DC movies, but then seeing DC animation work.
Yeah.
Completely different bag, way better on the
But
animation
here's the
side.
thing.
Way better.
There's definitely a shift, right? In WB DC oversight that is causing some of those problems because their last couple animated joints, not dope.
Yep.
Not dope. This new Catwoman jump, bleh.
Not good.
Ain't no way.
I haven't seen
Ain't no
it
way
yet.
that's
That
going to
Injustice
wrestling.
joint, nah, dog, not the
Nah,
movie.
I didn't like that either.
You know, it's just not. So that's what I'm saying, and that's like, I mean, they was batting 1,000, and all of a sudden now it's like,
It's like after Apocalypse War, it just went.
The
They just
Apocalypse
shifted gears, and
War.
it's like we want to go in a
after
different
that,
direction.
downhill, yeah.
But then,
Wrong
you
direction.
they had to dive into the whole like Young Justice, Phantom situation.
listen, let me tell you something. Young Justice, that show is incredible. That's the best thing that's happening right now for DC. That and the new Superman TV show, which, like, that Young Justice is crack. That I love that. I love Phantoms, but the movies are not.
No, they just
Not you don't like Phantoms?
No,
I like
Phantoms is great. The
Oh, yeah.
only issue I have with the whole Young Justice, and I love all of them, is that they have these massive gaps in time.
Oh yeah.
Where you're like, what the heck happened here?
But I like.
But
they
I
go-
love
they
the
go
fact
back
that it's
and they
Cliff.
fill it in.
And they fill it in at some point.
do.
And that's what I love
This
about
whole
it.
cliffhanger, the whole cliffhanger of like, the situation with Superboy. I'm not situation with Superboy, and then all these other cats was like, dude, yeah. So that, and I don't know why it can't translate because writing.
I was waiting for you to see that.
Every movie this year, other than Black Adam.
What this dude said every DC movie this year, other than Black Adam, Black Adam is gonna be super solid. So
first things
you
first.
think Black Adam's gonna be whack and everything else is gonna work? I'm gonna tell you right now, Flash gonna be garbage.
I'm sorry, Flash right now. Flash is either going to be the best DC movie or the absolute worst. There's no in between for the Flash. It's going to
be the worst. It's going to be jokes.
Look, I'm trying to play the devil's advocate on this, but it's
don't play for the devil, though. Why would you do
that?
This
thing to reset. I want it to reset and make things make sense and work.
Listen, I'm not saying
they
listen,
can't.
now it could be.
Hey, best thing we're getting Michael Keaton out of this, so
it's not going to be good. That doesn't mean it won't be the saving grace going forward because it will allow them to reset everything.
That is true.
I'm not like it has the potential to be their multiverse, like to be the thing that allows them to go off and kind of course correct everything else. But the movie itself gonna be weak.
First moment I see my man run,
if
he got that run, I'm done. Like I'm just ready to walk out of the theater. The moment
he starts, know he's gonna have that run. I've already decided. Listen, like right now, like I want to challenge Ezra to a foot race now, not to race him, but to watch him run. Like I will chuckle. Like it's terrible. And
do you run like that, or is somebody telling you to run like that? That's what I need to know.
I just want to know.
No, I honestly think that he's running like that because, I think yes. I think somebody's telling him. I think he's being directed by a director, like, nah, like, do it like it's like you're making him run in slow motion. Just let him run and like slow it down, dog. But they have him in this. I don't know if you've seen it behind the scenes. They have him in this like weird thing that it's like wrapped around his waist, so that he can like run. So it looks weird because his feet aren't actually making purchase to move him forward. And so he's actually just pretending to run. And it looks like he's pretending to run because he's pretending to run.
Right.
It's garbage. CW even got that right. Like I
don't think
I'm just saying. Hit it. I'm just saying. Right now, since we're talking about Flash, the fact of the matter that they could bring back, that they could have, and hold on to your butts. They could have the MCU version of Quicksilver in this movie, in Doctor Strange, because of the multiverse. It's like, Wanda's gonna lose it.
Lose
bro.
it.
Like, listen, that dude shows up, she's gonna lose it. It's gonna be way too much.
He's gonna be the piece to save her. Like she gonna go off on a tangent, and he gonna show up, and that's gonna be.
The Rock gave Black Adam a kiss of death when he said this character was his passion project. Look at the track record when he says that. Hey, listen. Let me tell you something. I don't honestly believe there's anything The Rock works on that isn't his passion project. That's everything he does. You think Terramana is not his passion project? You think wrestling wasn't his passion project? Everything. Jumanji was a passion project
His
for
energy
The
drink.
Rock. So was the Scorpion King.
Tooth Fairy.
Like,
Tooth Fairy.
Yeah, Tooth Fairy, passion project. I've always wanted to work with kids. I love kids. I love
Rampage.
Listen, there's all of these Doom, all them joints are passion projects, bro. It's all gonna be about whether or not they give it what it needs in order for it to exist, which isn't necessarily The Rock. I think The Rock is the right person to play Black Adam. I really do. I really do think he's the right person to play Black Adam. It's gonna be everything else around him. It's going to be the villain. It's going to be, is he an anti-hero, which I'm positive that's what they're going to do with him. You know what I mean?
Needs to be. It's
going to be how they do that. And, he don't want to fight Shazam. He wants to fight Superman. If he fights Superman.
We all for that.
I'm for it, but he has to lose.
He can still beat the bricks off of Soups, though, before we get to that point.
But he has to lose. You know what I'm saying? But, I can stop the movie before that happens. Yes, right now. Shazam is the best DCEU movie.
Facts.
Absolutely. I slept on that movie.
It's the one that you wouldn't necessarily. It's the one you didn't think was going to be.
No. I was like, this is big superhero. Like, no. Like, I'm done. Because I had completely divested from DC movies, but Shazam definitely set me straight. I was like, okay, yeah, this was legit.
Shazam was really good.
That in the second Suicide Squad.
Now here's the thing. Second Suicide Squad, I'm not saying it's a bad movie. You can hold on to that, J. Robert Deans. I am gonna say, Aquaman not better than Shazam. My issue with Suicide Squad is that it just feels like they're pushing it to be over the top for the sake of it being over the top. It's not about the characters. It's not about the situation. It's not about the movies. It's about the gratuitous violence. It's about the over the top comedy, and it's about the ridiculous amounts of music that James Gunn can just shovel into anything he does, which is like really getting old, really, really fast, bro. You're not gonna get another mixtape soundtrack that's like what you did with like it's not happening again. Like you're not doing it. It's not happening with Peacemaker. That joint is way too over the top. They're just overdoing it for the sake of overdoing it. It's entertaining, which is fine. That doesn't mean it's good, but it's entertaining, and it's
a popcorn movie,
which is cool.
That's it.
Which is perfectly cool, right?
The thing that I just loved about the little comedic, the King Shark, like he was just hilarious.
I like King Shark, but the character who had the character who basically had nothing to say is the best character in that movie. Says something about that movie.
Yeah,
that's take your pick. I know you're not a fan of James Gunn at all, J. Robert Deans, and while I can only say I'm a fan of the Guardians films, which I am, and I know you're not. Outside of that, like he's doing nothing for me, like mostly nothing for me. It's just I'm not feeling it. But look, these rails. Spider-Man beat the Avatar in the U.S.
Congrats.
Which is dope. And it did it in 60 days.
Yeah, not a lot.
And it took Avatar 9 months and a re-release to do it.
A re-release? There wasn't two releases, actually? I think it came out twice. I think they re-released it twice.
There was a second re-release.
Now, do you think it was that's COVID? That's just people getting out COVID? We can go to the movie theater? That's why?
I think if COVID it was good. Exist, this joint would have
already destroyed everything.
That joint would have been, because right now, so it's third only behind Force Awakens and Endgame. Force Awakens took 20 days to hit its peak, and Endgame took 23. Endgame is still the number one. Spider-Man is third domestically. Globally, though, Avatar has 2.84 billion, and No Way Home is at 1.8. Could it do it? Possibly. Josh, you're right. And part of that is because we had to watch that joint over and over and over and over again, doing demo and demo and demo.
That is right.
Avatar,
That was...
3D everything. Yeah, Avatar. People like, yeah,
Nope.
I just, woo, that's tough. J. Robert Dean says part COVID, part No Way Home is a much better film than anything Cameron has done in 40 years. Now, having said that, J. Robert Dean, you have taken me into my next point, which is Spider-Man No Way Home absolutely got snubbed for the Oscars.
Big time.
Absolutely
Big time.
It should be up for Best Picture.
You can't deny it. The money, the sheer amount of money this thing has made and has pulled in, you can't deny that the fact. There's people that saw this movie that probably
out in the last year.
Yeah. They gotta get off their high horse or whatever it is, and they gotta start giving these movies their proper due.
Yes. I know people saw this movie.
93 on Rotten Tomatoes. You know how hard that is to do?
No, in fact, that people going on and make the fake posts and everything, it's ridiculous.
I'm not saying that Don't Look Up isn't. I'm not gonna say it's not a good movie. I'm not even gonna say it doesn't deserve some level of a nomination. But the fact that the Academy got forced into pushing to 10 slots, it used to only be 5, pushing to 10 slots because of former snubs. And the fact that this movie has done so incredibly well. Like, again, we've had this conversation before. I cannot deal with the Scorseses of the cinema world, bro. I can't deal with them. Them dudes gotta go. Like, he's gotta go. 100%. You're not gonna tell me what cinema is.
Yeah.
You make the same movie. You make the same
over
movie.
and over. Over and over.
Is the exact same movie, bro. Every Scorsese joint. It's a hoods and gangsters joint. That's what it is. And he puts the same actors in every joint. It's just, it don't even make sense. It doesn't even make sense. And that is why nobody watches it. Nobody cares anymore. It doesn't mean anything anymore. It holds no cachet. Not amongst the public anyway. Like, I guess to some extent it still is going to continue to hold cachet amongst the Actors Guild, you know what I mean, and so forth. Because again, once you become Oscar nominated, once you win an Oscar, you can demand more money when somebody puts you in a movie, or you're going to get offered more roles because, so-and-so clearly can act. So we're going to put them in this. And again, my thing is, I don't care who your favorite actor is. Unless you've seen them in an actual play on a stage, you have no idea if they're a great actor or not. Because you have no idea how many takes that director made them do to get that scene that's your favorite scene to get it right. Your favorite scene by your favorite actor may have been done 20, 30, 40 times. And then it was edited after it was done that to give it that look, to make it feel that way. Then somebody went and put music behind it to give it that feeling, to add that extra to it. Whoever your favorite actor is, you have no idea if they're anywhere near as good as you think they are.
Right.
That's just the way that it works. So when you start giving out these awards, there's so many awards that are given out for things we never see, stuff that doesn't get televised, for editing, for music, for, you know what I mean? For Foley, for, you know, all that kind of stuff that, like, make a movie what it is. The kind of stuff that we didn't really appreciate until DVDs came out and we got all the behind the scenes and you could watch the movie with no music behind it. You're like, this joint's terrible. It's terrible with no music behind it. You know what I mean? Like, when you could really watch a movie with with them talking over top of it and telling, oh yeah, when we did this, man, we had to do this like 3-4 times, or we had to, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Oh,
that
really?
kind of stuff.
Really?
Crazy. Just as bad as the Scandies. It's just, and listen, I'm not saying that, like, just because a movie makes a lot of money, that it's a better movie than another movie because it makes a lot of money. I'm not saying that, because there are films that are great films that don't have the kind of marketing push behind them that Disney can put behind them. So you could have a very indie, very low budget film that's great and is really well acted and really well directed that deserves a lot of recognition.
That was Parasite.
Matter of fact, Sundance, you know what I mean, or something like that. You're right, Joe.
That was
Right.
Parasite.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying that because No Way Home is making this kind of money that's the reason why it should be. I'm saying that because people cried in the theater multiple times.
Multiple times.
You know what I mean?
It was an
People
emotional
clapped
movie.
with joy multiple times. People were up out of their seats.
When a film is making you evoke physical emotion, like
Correct.
that is saying something too. Like you said, the actors, the director, like the sound people, like it's pulling these physical emotions out of you.
Right? It's like it is something. That is what cinema is, right? It is evoking something out of the audience that's just watching something that's on screen. That is the thing about movie theaters that makes movie theaters continue to be important in a world where you can really just watch it at home, right? But I don't care if that joint, like, if Spider-Man hadn't made any money, it would be much easier to discredit it, I would say, because of the kind of movie it is, because it's a superhero movie.
Right. They don't have love for it.
They don't.
Nope.
They don't. And eventually, right? Like, in the same way we're beginning to see the things that we love come to the forefront and get done the right way because people like us are the ones in charge and making the decisions and who actually care and love the craft.
Yeah. They'll be pushed out in a few more years. It's just the way that it's going to go. I mean, people will be. It
normally wouldn't take this long.
Nope.
But like, people are getting healthier and living until they're 100. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just people who just
that money making you stretch your life out a little bit.
Yeah. I think it's terrible. It got some special effects nods and stuff like that, man. But I really do feel like a movie like that should not be ignored and overlooked for something like Best Picture.
Hey, I'm ready for the LS awards. I think that needs to.
LS award, nice.
I mean, listen.
I got the anime
listen,
awards.
I'm gonna tell you that I had a conversation with somebody about 5 days ago. That's already in the works. It's not what you think, but I'll explain it to you when this episode is over. But it's already in the works, just so you know. They do need an anime category for the Emmys. Why not? I mean, listen.
As much as it's grown.
Only if you have. Here's the thing. The trick with that is, does it just belong in the animation categories? Should anime have a category of its own? I think that's where those lines get really, really blurry. I think anime has gotten to the point where it needs to be looked at, respected, and put on the same pedestal and level as the other kinds of animated movies that usually do get that kind of credit.
Because they fall into all like drama, action.
Oh, yeah.
It's all there. And especially the fact of all these voice actors, doesn't matter whether it's Japanese voice actors, American, honestly, for that matter, any language for that matter. The performances that these actors put in for some of these characters is absolutely insane.
Hey, pop that last comment on the screen for me.
Hey, look, I can't recommend Belle enough. I saw that in the theater, and it's absolutely breathtaking and amazing across the board.
Belle, okay. I've seen the poster for it. I haven't.
It is amazing.
Are the folks who did Summer Wars did that too?
I can't remember the guy's name that did. I gotta look it up. But he's a popular.
I mean, again, like the reality of it is, I don't know if these things need to happen in the Oscars, or if they just need to and the Emmys, or if they just need to have
recognition.
Their own things. I think that's why.
I think that's why. Having conversations like this and then finding the gaps in your conventions, I think that's it. So if Hollywood has bought into the San Diego International Comic-Con or whatever it is they call themselves, right? That they're like, oh, we're going to show our trailers, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. Then there's definitely a way to actually put it together so that you're like, this is, like you said, the LS Awards.
Right.
Recognition, man.
Because this stuff is branching.
Yeah, the community is way larger. It's international.
Yeah.
You know, it's not
Yeah.
in America's shorts. America in certain industries are short sighted. They don't see the bigger
Well,
picture.
I was about to say that. Perp, just look at AOT, Attack on Titan, and Demon Slayer right now. Been trending for weeks since they've been up and running.
I was about to bring up Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan, the opening theme song for the final season right now has hit number 1 on the rock charts in America.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yes, that thing is fire.
That's insane.
Right. I mean, again, it's the landscape is changing because we're beginning to allow the things that we love and care about to overlap with each other. Like we used to help keep that stuff pocketed. You know what I'm saying? We used to gatekeep some of that. You can't have too much video games in your hip hop now. You can't do that. You know what I mean? You can't it wasn't
all your tracks in Grand Theft Auto.
Dre is in Grand Theft Auto, dropping a whole soundtrack.
Grand Theft Auto, like Chronic, that was
and that soundtrack at the time you could only hear if you're playing Grand Theft Auto.
But you know what they did? They finally dropped that joke so you can get it across all the music platforms.
They did.
Right. And you knew it was gonna happen. It was just but the thing is, it's listed as a Rockstar joint.
Yeah.
Perp said Forbes is reviewing Attack on Titan.
No,
which again, because there's so much money being made, right? No. And that is Forbes doing their job of saying we're in the business of telling people when things are making money so they can start looking at how to invest, where to put their money.
Call of Duty didn't put Attack on Titan skins in the damn game.
Of course they did, that's just we want Fortnite money. Yeah, that's because Epic is constantly in Forbes. Right, because of what Fortnite's doing.
That's when Fortnite.
Everybody wants a chunk of that money. No. That money is us. That money is pop culture. Fortnite is making the money it's making because they're putting Terminator. Nobody cares about Sarah Connor, dog. Nobody cares about Sarah Connor. You put her in Fortnite, I'm like, hey, dog.
Hey, they put Mike Lowry in it.
Mike Lowry. You know what I'm saying?
They put Ripley from Aliens.
NBA coming to the joint now. Yep. You know what I mean? Like. It's just
pop culture. Got like a whole NBA weekend hub you can go to and do stuff and everything.
Exactly, bro. It's just like look, Silk Sonic
in Fortnite. That is clean.
In Fortnite, yeah.
Wow.
Doing the dances from the videos and more, like And that was one of the big things about Fortnite when it hit. Like, we talked on this show because they were getting sued because it's like, y'all are stealing our dances. Y'all are putting stuff in there and you're not paying us. You're not giving us royalties or whatever.
I would jump in the battle royal tomorrow just to witness that.
I'm telling you, right? That's how you end the season to start a new season of Fortnite.
Oh, my gosh. That would be epic.
No.
No pun intended.
Yes.
Aaron show up. As soon as Aaron show up on screen, it's like, it's over.
Yeah.
It's over.
That's how you end the season. It's a wrap, everybody. We're done.
It's over. Hey, look. As a matter of fact, because of the way that pop culture is bleeding over into it, so I want to show y'all something else. I don't know if y'all saw this.
Oh, man.
But check this out. It's short. Just check it out.
Call back. The signal must be coming from its head. I need to get up there. Made it. Now to climb up to its head. There we go. Tallneck send map data to other machines, and now it's mine.
Adults welcome. I like that.
That right there.
Adults welcome.
Lego saying, adults, come buy these Legos, build these joints.
But you know what? You didn't have to tell us that.
Legos coming to Best Buy.
Dog. That's not good. That's not good.
You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Y'all having that Lego store than a store thing coming to Best Buy is gonna be a big deal, bro. A big deal because you're gonna be buying a lot of Legos.
Not good.
I'm like, here's the thing. Again, that kind of a crossover, right? Where like you have a major player in the video game industry who has a major game that's just coming out that's reviewing like crazy, 9s and 9.5s and perfect scores all over the place, right? Hey, look, Josh, you just got that Daily Bugle? Mine is half built. That joint been half built for a whole summer. Ain't that right, Zayna? We need to fix that.
Gotta finish that joint.
That's a series. How many
Zayna is my insider. She's saying, allow me to tell y'all this year gonna be big. Y'all already know.
Okay.
Daily
gonna
Bugle.
be
Yeah,
big.
Can I tell
I
y'all
seen
something?
it.
What's up?
I actually
Talk
met
about
one
it.
of the dudes from Lego Masters.
Did you?
One of the
Oh.
guys
He
from
lives in the
Lego
area.
Masters.
He shops
lives
at
in
the
the
store in
area.
Annapolis.
Yes, he
Yeah.
does.
He
That's
built
how I
something
saw
for
them
him.
Adidas. The Adidas Legos that came out.
Yeah.
Dude
I
is super
got.
cool.
Oh, I have some. Oh, I have some.
Oh,
I definitely have some. And you're right, J. Robert Deans. Those probably are 60% of the people playing with them. But again, one of the things that's beautiful about Lego is that they have captured that Disney magic of like we will get them when they're 3, and we will
And
keep
we
them
will
until
keep
they
them
die.
forever.
Yeah.
Because now they're doing stuff that we care about still
Yep.
as adults. That's how you do it. Now I want to tell y'all something.
Just give me a Lego going Mary.
When my daughter and I had a discussion about Doctor Strange's new Doctor Strange trailer, and we talked about the X-Men coming, she brought up the fact that if you remember, they did those Lego minifigure set. It was 12 pieces. I got all 12 of them, right? And they had characters from like What If and Loki and all of that, right? Falcon and Winter Soldier. They all the different characters, right? On the box and the bags for all of them, there was one character that's on the box and the bag that wasn't included. You know who it was? Wolverine. Wolverine is on the box for the minifigures for the Marvel joint. And we saw that like Lego Wolverine with the long
I saw
claw,
that
like
joint,
the
yeah.
robot Wolverine joint coming out. There's some things coming. Oh, okay. Listen, I want y'all to know she ran all the way down here.
Spill the beans.
I love you. Don't be out of breath. I love you.
Yo, spill the beans.
That's all right. I gotta close my rings. It's all good. Close my rings.
Woo! All right, listen. All right, hold on. It's small. Hold on.
I don't have the big one anymore. I don't know where it is.
All right, wait. I gotta find him. He's on here though. I seen him. Everybody else on here. All right, there he is. Man, you can't see that. All right, listen. I'm gonna try. I mean, hold on. What is day in the morning?
Ran all the way down here. So yeah,
I know you ran all the way down here. I'm gonna show. Hold on.
You gonna try?
I'm gonna try.
Wait.
You see that little face right there?
That's definitely Wolverine right there.
Let me move my face out of the way so maybe it'll focus.
Open it up because I think he's on the flap.
He was on. I thought he was on one of the bags. Hold on. Mine is over there.
What's up, Kidlet?
All right, hold on. Kidlet. Tell Kidlet I said what's up too. All right, hold on. He not on this bag. He definitely on that box. And I remember being like, where Wolverine at? Why is he
You're
on
the
this?
box. We seen this.
And the fact that these are the Marvel Studios minifigs and he's on that box is like
They saving him for some. Hey,
It comes out in it's already been announced on the website. There's a mech.
I saw that. Yeah,
I saw the mech. I saw that.
Yeah, that's in. It's supposed to be March. They pushed all the mechs back to April.
Okay, so right before Doctor Strange comes out. Mm-hmm.
So there's a universe. So we got a universe where this man Wolverine's got a mech. Is this a Gundam world?
It sounds like a universe where everybody has them as 8 jokes. You know, I can't hit that first button. You got to hit that button. What's up, Larry?
Oh yeah.
How you feeling, man? Welcome to the show.
What up?
Thank you, Zayna.
You're welcome.
Yeah, man. Like to keep it a whole buck.
That's raising him right. Let me just slip in that right there. The fact that she came, that's raising him right, bro.
Hey, no, like, you don't understand.
You
She
need
was
the
like,
LS.
I thought something was wrong. I was about to get up. I thought something was wrong.
Thought I was about to say, oh, show's got to end abruptly, guys. Sorry, but don't do your job. You gotta shut it down right quick.
She's like, I have it. I'm like, I wish I had it so I could show it to y'all.
That's so much love. That's so much love.
Got
I
you.
appreciate that, Eric. Yeah, man, what they doing is a little more incredible. I do want to tell y'all something else though that I saw today. Y'all see this picture on screen? Y'all know what this is?
No.
Is this Disney?
It is.
Yeah.
This is the concept art for Disney's new community. Disney is doing something called it's a new community they're building in Palm Springs called Story Living. And I'm gonna tell you what it is. Look, Disney has unveiled its latest project and it's targeted at adults. Story Living by Disney is a new community of neighborhoods. The first Story Living neighborhood announced Wednesday is called Cotino and is located in Rancho Mirage in the greater Palm Springs area. It includes condos and single-family homes and has zoning approval to build a hotel, dining, shopping, and entertainment offerings like live performances, cooking classes, seminars, and there will also be a 55-plus area of the community. Disney plans for there to be a 24-acre grand oasis at the center of the neighborhood.
Okay.
Buying a property in the community will also come with the option to purchase a club membership that gives access to an Oasis clubhouse, an area of the beach, and recreational water activities that are for club members only, and Disney entertainment and activities throughout the year. No word yet on how much the voluntary club membership will cost or the pricing of the homes. They already have one community like this already. But the community was designed by Disney Imagineers and is being developed and built by Scottsdale-based DMB Development. Once built, it will be managed and run by Disney cast members.
Oh.
They already have a few communities, including the luxury Golden Oak neighborhoods in Orlando, Florida, which includes Disney World tickets with membership. I just thought this was interesting.
That's kind of cool.
And they have announced that they have plans to build stuff like this throughout the country. Like all over the country, and for them to pull from like the culture of the neighborhoods and the areas that they're building in to do the designing for it.
That's kind of cool.
A-Rob Dean said Disney got the idea from community just north where all the crazy old fans of the last president. Hey, listen, believe it. Yes, Josh Marcel, Westview. Straight up Westview, dog.
Hey. As long as I'm in control and I have like a high paying job and I'm all that, I think I can live through it.
Straight up.
When Disney ready to build this world, this one right here with the flying cars and everything, I'm down. Like, what's up?
You gotta do a Justice joint, right? I mean, that's what Epcot was supposed to be. Space Mountain was supposed to be, right?
Right.
It's got to be coming sooner than later.
It's a lot. Have you guys been to Disney recently?
No, I'm going this year.
I was 4.
I'm going in August.
No.
I've never been to Disneyland. I've only been to Disney World. I'm going to Disneyland this year.
Okay, so you haven't done the Star Wars? Are you guys?
Nope.
No, I'm dying to go. I'm still.
I want to go to Harry Potter, the world of Harry Potter.
Oh yeah, all of it.
Yeah,
dude. Yeah. So I'm not gonna spoil it, but the first year that it opened up, people going through the tunnel just to get into the world were having breakdowns.
I believe it.
Crying. Oh,
that sound like the first 60 seconds of a Michael Jackson concert.
Dude,
just thinking that
60 seconds, and it's 2 times to go. It's like, during the day, and then you come back at night, so you can see it all lit up. Man,
that's the way I would want to see it. Anyway.
It is the best thing ever. Best thing ever. And my wife,
I want to go see the Avengers campus.
Yep,
I'm so amped for that.
Okay. Isn't there also a Mario go-kart world or something happening?
Yes, that's at Universal.
That's at Universal. Okay.
Yeah. It's only in Japan right now. They have
right now.
One here. It's not open yet. The one in Japan is open though. Yeah, man. It's speaking of Mario. Hey, jokes.
Yo.
Nintendo did something terrible like yesterday, didn't they?
They did.
I'm gonna let you talk.
So we've reached the end of an era. So I'm gonna read right. As of late March 2023, it will be no longer possible to make Nintendo eShop purchases for the Wii U and the Nintendo 3DS.
Listen. I'm just gonna tell you right now. People are in an uproar, bro. Sony did this like 6 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
Or like the PSP and like
PS3.
It was so bad they had to
backtracked.
They were like, nah, we just gonna
ban this shit.
Y'all want to spend that money? All right, come on, spend that money. I'm gonna tell you what. I will bet you money Nintendo's not changing. Nintendo's like, we are closing the eShop on the Wii U, dog. Like we just don't.
Wii U, yes. 3DS,
Yeah, that's a tricky one.
They don't care because the Switch is it now.
It's doing very well.
They don't care. They don't. And here's the thing: people's complaints. Twitter is ablaze, bro. People's complaints, and they're legitimate. They're like, there are games there that you can't get any other way legally, right? But last week, Nintendo sent that guy to jail for
Yep.
helping to pirate Nintendo games, for doing like teaching people how to. He was part of Team Executive, which is like they do like emulators and stuff like that, and they were emulators for like Wii U and stuff like that. So not only did he have to pay them, I think it was $4 million.
Something stupid.
What?
But he's going to jail for 20 years. Now, here's the thing about that. It's one thing to do that and to have it happen, and to be, like, look, these are our intellectual properties. You can't, whatever. And realistically, like, the documents that they had in court showed that, like, he cost them somewhere in the realm of like $400 million, something stupid like that. Like, it was a lot of money or whatever. Like, Nintendo and other companies or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I get that. Here's what's crazy. Nintendo sent out a press release to all of the video game outlets. IGN, GameSpot, everybody got a press release saying, we just sent this dude to jail for 20 years. And then like 4 days later, they're like, by the way, we're closing the eShop.
Mm-hmm.
And people are like, yo, dog, don't close that, because that's the only way to get some of these games anymore. Like, you can't get them anywhere or any other way legally.
It's like you're punishing the people now.
And now then this is what they did to follow up. This is the connected tweet to that tweet. We thank you for supporting Nintendo eShop on Wii U and the Nintendo 3DS family of systems. Additionally, you may also look back on your time with them via various play statistics. Oh, so here's a little joint we put together where you can go back and look at your statistics and go back and look at all your memories from the stuff we get ready to take from you. Dog.
They give zero Fs.
Insult of insults.
Yeah.
Are they getting ready to blast something new?
Yes.
If you take it
I
away,
guarantee
you gotta be. Yeah, they gotta.
I guarantee you.
Yeah.
In some manner. Yes, Puff Daddy shut down the studio. Yes, dog. Nintendo, and Nintendo.
Somebody go down and get me some Cambodian breast milk.
They. All right, so they had the Nintendo Direct this week. They got all this great press, and as soon as that great press, then they do this, right?
This did.
It's that timing thing, right? So they announced that. I'm gonna say that the biggest news that came out of that Switch Direct was what they're doing with Mario Kart 8. It's like people are like, "Where's Mario Kart 9?" Mario Kart 8 selling like hotcakes.
We ain't giving you 9 yet.
That game is an old Wii U game. That game old as dirt. What are they doing? There's 48 tracks already in the game. They're giving you 48 more new tracks over the next like 2 years for $25. They're remastering Mario Kart tracks from the DS Mario Kart, from the 3DS Mario Kart, from Mario 64, from Double Dash, from like all the old Mario Kart games. They're adding another 48 tracks that's going to be downloadable DLC. Okay?
Sweet.
And it's going to be released 8 tracks at a time over the course of the next like 2 years or whatever it is, right? Now, they're remastered. Some of those tracks are only available in the Mario Kart mobile game. Mm-hmm. So, again, these are tracks that most people never have probably even seen. Mm-hmm. Here's the thing that I find interesting. What they did, they made it so that if you already have the Nintendo Plus subscription, you get the DLC for free. So if you had the Nintendo subscription service so you could play online, Nintendo Online, that was one thing. Then they added the expansion pack 6 months ago, whatever, with Animal Crossing. And they announced it, and they added the Super Nintendo games. It wasn't even that long. It was like November or something like that. They added Super Nintendo games. If you want the Nintendo Online gave you NES games and like, I don't know, somebody else's old games, TurboGrafx or something like that. And they announced this expansion pack for Nintendo Online, much more expensive. You jump from I think it was from like $20 a year,
to $50,
like $60 a year, something like that, right? Yeah. But if you want to be able to play the Super Nintendo games that they're putting on the Switch
and the Sega,
you have to have that too, and the Sega Genesis ones, you have to have that. But they bundled in the Animal Crossing DLC. So if you have that, the Animal Crossing DLC was like $50 anyway. So if you were gonna get that, you might as well just have the Nintendo Online. They did the same thing with this Mario Kart. It's $25, but if you have the expansion pack, you get it for free. It's making the expansion pack look like a much better deal than it was looking like 6 months ago. So now the question is, are they going to keep doing that? Are they going to keep doing DLCs and keep adding stuff to the expansion pack that makes it worth having the expansion pack? Because Nintendo is learning from Xbox and Game Pass that having a subscription service is the way to go.
Yeah,
that's the way to make money. You gotta have a subscription service, and that's what they're doing, right? So all those games that were in the eShop, I'm telling you, Nintendo has been working with people who make the emulators for their games, even though they're putting people in jail. How do you think the NES Mini works? How do you think the SNES Mini works? It's all emulation. Emulators to run those games. They're just ROMs.
Mm-hmm.
People are hacking them joints and just putting the game
everything else on there.
They're emulators. They were using those emulators to run those old games in the original Wii when they put them on the eShop. Why do the work when somebody else has already done the work for you? We can charge people a monthly fee to have them. So we are shutting down the people who are giving this away for free so that we can then sell it to you, because that's what Nintendo has always done. It's never been, oh, you bought Mario 3 already? Well, when you buy your new console, your Mario 3 comes with you. Never, dog. Never.
No, they make you buy it over from scratch.
You can buy it again.
New system.
Yep.
You can buy it again, and you can buy it again. People just do it. They're like, I really want Mario 3. I'm going to buy it again. So they do. Nintendo gets away with that. Nintendo does not have the full third-party support that they really need to truly exist and fight in a world where Xbox and PlayStation are buying up all of everything else that there is. Nintendo got a lot of money. They don't have Microsoft money.
No.
They don't have Amazon money.
No.
They don't have Alphabet, Google money.
No.
Right? So as much money as they have, as much cash they have, they are also learning, oh, this subscription thing is working. Like, that's the thing. Like, they seeing that roll in, they're like, hey,
such and such forgot to take that card off again. We just got them again for this $50 right here.
Right.
For the people who are not super tuned in, right, to the video game community. The video game community is a niche community, right, that has some very loud, a vocal minority that are like, you can't do this to us. Well, bro, listen to me. The majority of people who own a Switch ain't even think about a Wii U. The Wii U didn't even sell. They don't care, right? And if they have a 3DS, that joint's so old, they probably not even touching it. They probably haven't picked it up. Nintendo can see the numbers. They know people are playing on the 3DS. You know what I'm saying? So when they take this away, when they offer it back to you, people going to jump. And you know why they're going to jump? Because they jumped and stood in line outside 7-Elevens to buy an NES Mini. Then people will be like, oh, so I just pay and I get all these joints on my Switch?
Yep, and take it on the go with me. Yep.
On the OLED Switch and take it wherever I want and hook it up to the TV. Man, it's way better than the NES Mini. That means they're going to move more Switches and they're going to get subscriptions. It's just it's just what they're doing. It's the business. You know what I'm saying? They shut everything else out. Cutting y'all off. Maybe we'll make it available to you. If we do, here you go. If we don't, because most people are not pirating games. Most people don't know how to do it. Most people don't care to do it. But when they say to you, here's a way for you to go back and look at all the stuff you used to love about it. You're not going to do that and dangle that nostalgia in front of people and not go, oh, by the way, if you do want to get back at this, just get you a Nintendo Switch expansion pass.
Yep.
$60 a year, man. We in there. That's what I see. And it's smart business, bruh. It just is. I don't like it, but it is. You know what I'm saying? That's just.
They're trying to find a way to compete in this market, and they seem to know what they're about to do with it, with their little subscription.
Yeah, bro, because that Steam Deck started hitting. You know what I'm saying? And started getting reviews, and that joint is out, and people are like, "Yo, this joint's crazy." You can emulate everything Nintendo ever made on a Steam Deck. Boom. You hear me? And take it with you, and put it on a TV. And literally, Epic is like, we don't care. You can hack that joint, take it apart, put it back together.
It's your hardware. Do what you want to do with it.
They put out the 3D specs for the joint, so you can go just print new stuff for it. Like if you just want to get make a case or make whatever. They're like, here you go. Just go 3D print yourself a case. We don't care. They don't care. What they're going to do is they're going to disrupt the market. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to disrupt the market so they can maintain a certain level of control over the market. Steam already has a huge amount of control over the market, which is why Microsoft is out there going, hey, listen, man.
This Game Pass.
We feel like everybody should be able to sell whatever they want. Anybody's marketing. We don't charge anybody anything. That's what they're trying to do. If Microsoft gets that to work, you have any idea what that's going to do to the rest of the industry? If Sony can't charge you anymore, if you're a third-party game developer, if they can't take 30% from you anymore,
trouble.
If Steam can't take 30% from you anymore, if Nintendo can't take, Nintendo has been gouging third parties for decades, bro. People hated cards. That's why everybody went to PlayStation, because they were charging you so much. They were the only ones allowed to make cartridges. They were charging so much for the cartridge stock. You couldn't make any money on it. I mean, you could, but
right.
They controlled everything. So that's the same principle, right? Now everything's digital. If you want to play something truly digital on your Switch, you know what you got to do? You got to play in the cloud. They just released the Kingdom Hearts joint. All 3 Kingdom Hearts games.
All cloud.
All cloud. Let me ask you a question. Does Nintendo have cloud servers? Nintendo barely has online.
I'm about to say, yeah.
No.
Nah.
So what's that mean?
They using somebody else.
They paying somebody else for you to be able to play games on their system. That's costing them money. They got to get that money back. You need a subscription service, bro.
You giving us this monthly.
That's what it comes down to. It's just math. It's just math. That's it. Eric, I'm gonna ask you a question. If there was a way for a PTA to pay you a monthly or a yearly fee for AWA services to come in and do something with school, and it was a subscription, would you do it?
Oh, absolutely.
That's what I'm talking about.
All day.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
We have a subscription service. It's called Patreon. Love y'all. Love y'all. Love y'all. Y'all help keep us afloat. Y'all let us do what we do. That's the business model. I can't rely on YouTube. YouTube change their algorithms every 10 days.
Too much. Nah. One day you successful, next day you go log into that joint. It's like they taking everything. Oh, sorry. No. By the way, it's got to be this to do that, even though you were doing this beforehand.
Realistically, I mean, again, and think about it, because again, the problem is that somebody else has too much control because they can pull the wool out they can pull the rug out from under you at any time. It used to be that on YouTube you had to have 400 subscribers in order to be able to monetize. They changed that from 400 to 1,000 in one day. They just sent an email out. From now on, if you want to be able to do ads and make money here, you gotta have 1,000 subscribers. I'm not doing all that work.
Wow.
So that you can make more money off me by putting ads on it and pay me little to nothing. We're just gonna get on multiple platforms then. So now we on Twitch and we on Twitter and we on Facebook, because let's just reach everybody where they are. I'm not gonna try to force everybody to come to YouTube. It's just not. You know what I'm saying? It don't make sense. But in order to help offset that, we had to have Patreon. It's just necessary. It's kind of what it is. We need to have a merch store. It's kind of necessary. So I like Nintendo saying like, nah, you can't have this. we shutting all that down. If you want it, you better buy it now. And I'm gonna tell you what, I guarantee you there are people right now rushing to buy it. Russian. Nintendo's probably got an influx of bread coming in right now.
Crazy. Same thing they did with the Vita, the PlayStation. When they said they would shut that down, everyone went ape over that and just started buying and downloading stuff digitally.
Right.
PlayStation Vita, I remember that.
Yep. Shutting down stuff that the servers are gone anyway. All right, listen. Here's what we can do. Hey, do you game at all, Eric?
Do you have time? Not really. Don't have time, but I do grab games here and there. Like, so I got the Avengers because I knew they were going to have the Black Panther at some point. I knew he was going to be on there. That, and I think the last game I probably was like into was the Final Fantasy remix.
Okay.
Yeah.
I dig that. I respect that.
Yeah.
I'm going to imagine because you don't play very often that like trophies and achievements don't really mean anything to you.
Nah.
Sin, how important are trophies and achievements to you? Honestly,
not anymore. When they first came out, yeah, I don't really care anymore now.
jokes.
I'm cool with earning them, but it's like they're not a big deal anymore because like I don't really get anything reward. Like at one
You
point,
don't chase-
that whole reward thing they had going on when you could hit achievements and all that, and you would get certain things for it. But now since that's kind of irrelevant, it's like, hey y'all, I did get all the 1,000. I beat this game, so guess I'm done with it.
Well, Microsoft does have the rewards program where like they have the joint where it's like if you get, I don't know, like right now I think it's like if you get 3 achievements in a game,
Those
or
type,
just
you
play
get
3
some
different
reward
Game
points.
Pass games or whatever, like
Yeah.
you get the points or whatever, you can use that to buy
Yeah,
whatever. So there's like a little something to
there's
it.
a little something
So,
to it.
I saw something today, man, and people are like super mad because Dying Light 2 has like 5 like achievements that you can miss. Like that, like if you don't get them
When you
when
play
you do
through,
the original run, like they just like you can't go back and get them or replay the game in co-op and go back and get them or anything like that.
that's disgusting.
And that's what I want to
Yeah.
ask about. Is that like
Yeah.
does that bother you? Do you care? Like does it? Because people were like, you're like, don't do that.
Nah, only if they had like something where you could unlock maybe like some type of cosmetic or something in the game that you're absolutely not going to be able to have. Most cosmetics are just for appearance wise. I probably would be a little bit upset about, but since it's just an achievement, unless you're just if you're that type of person, like I have a friend that used to work with me, like he's literally a platinum. I don't know what's the word you want to call it. Like he platinums every single title that he gets.
Does he?
He does. It is absolutely nuts. At first, when he told me that, I was like, "Nah, you just kidding." But then he showed me his PlayStation Portal, and I kid you not, he's platinum like every single game that he's
My man got
including
he got time on his hands.
Man,
including the likes of Bloodborne. And I was just
So he
like,
don't,
Oof.
I was like,
just-
you sir
he don't have no kids.
are a different beast. He does now. When he
Oh,
did
yeah?
beforehand, he
Oh, it's
did
like,
not.
Like the right chain. I'll tell you right now. Them achievements, them joints going in the toilet.
They're just gonna slow down.
They're going in the toilet. All right, listen, we need to do one more thing before we get out of here. Can we do one more thing?
One more thing.
Let's do it.
All right, here we go.
Haven't you ever wondered what else is out there?
Yeah.
There's wonders in this world beyond our wandering. I can feel it.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's go.
Are we Lord of the Rings fan?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Are we excited about this?
I
Very
am.
much so.
Yes.
I definitely. It's enough for me to be like, "What's your password, bro?"
Yeah.
Let me see one episode. Give me 3, and then I know it's like, okay, we got to get a subscription to Amazon just to watch that.
Mhm.
And you don't have Amazon
I was like,
Prime?
you don't got
already?
Prime?
You don't
Yeah.
have Prime for like shipping and stuff?
Got access. Well, my wife does, but you know,
That's all you
If
got.
If you,
When you
if you
got it.
have Amazon Prime,
You
like if
got
you have
this.
shipping, then you have access. Then you have it.
Yeah.
okay. See, I
That's-
haven't
that's
even.
the thing about
Like you
Amazon, nobody
said,
knows
you
that.
just need that login information.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you have it.
No,
All you
no.
gotta do is click the Amazon joint on your PlayStation and log in,
Log
dog.
in.
That's
You're
it.
good.
Okay. Okay.
All right, let's go around the horn. What are the chances that this show is actually really good? Jokes, you first. Why are you breathing so hard?
'Cause it's like I have faith in Amazon, but it's like I'm a little scared. I'm a little scared.
Okay, you don't. So you think probably not?
I'm a little scared.
I'm gonna take that as a probably not. Sin.
Got concerns.
I got faith that it's going to be really good.
Okay.
Trailer looks good. You know, music sounded good. You know, they're knocking it out the park with The Boys for me, and that's an Amazon show. So I mean, they got some cachet with me right now. Invincible, They got some cachet with me right
Invincible's
now.
solid.
So
Invincible's definitely
yeah,
solid.
so
I mean, the Reacher joints, cool. Like, it's a lot of joints they got.
I've heard good things about Reach. I haven't watched it yet. So right now, I'm on board. I'm looking forward to it.
It can't be any worse than the Book of Boba Fett. So
it can be.
Anything is possible. Anything is possible.
It can be, but it's not likely, dog. It's not likely. I will tell you the difference though is that I didn't like the first episode of Book of Boba Fett, but I kept watching because it's Star Wars and because I like wanted to see what happens. If I don't like the first episode of this joint, I'm out. Easy.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you why. Because as cool as Lord of the Rings can be, it's too convoluted. I can't keep track of your cities and the names of your characters and your people. Everything is just too nuts for me. I can't do it.
I can understand that.
It's too much happening, too quick, too much. But what I'll say is that it might be knocking on and kind of helping to fill the Game of Thrones void that people have been looking for. And I feel like it could catch just because of that for a lot of people who aren't even normally into it. You know what I mean? Like, that was one of the things about Game of Thrones. Like, people who aren't into any of that, like, they don't care about Dungeons and Dragons. They don't care, like,
jumped into
it. Yo, Game of Thrones is like power, but with swords and dragons. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was about it's the Sopranos, but with swords and dragons. Like, it was, you know what I mean? Eric, what do you think? Is this show gonna be any good?
Yeah, I think. I mean, I agree with Sin. I think with the music and the clips of it, I'll know three episodes in. That's usually when I know I gotta tap out. If
hey, listen,
you ain't got me by the third, I'm like, all right, I'm done.
100%. But I've decided that my time is too valuable, and I'll only give you one. Like, there has to be something enough that happens in the first episode to make me watch the second.
It's got to have that cliffhanger.
If they don't, Amazon's usually pretty good about putting all it, like, just letting you binge it. But if it's like, I gotta wait till next week, I can tell you now I'm not gonna make it the next week.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, if it don't hold me that first week, and I gotta wait till next week,
I feel you on that.
Larry asked, he said, you don't think The Witcher does that already? I don't think that The Witcher is quite filling that Game of Thrones void. Like, there's nowhere near enough people talking about The Witcher.
Yeah.
And so many people have Netflix that I feel like they are missing by not doing The Witcher. But I think that, like, I don't think The Witcher is quite epic enough. Like, Lord of the Rings is so epic, so big, so grandiose. The Witcher is much more contained. So while I love what The Witcher does, I think it's great for you and for me, and, and what have you. The people who love it, I think the people who do watch it will really like it. But I don't think it hits the same thing as
Lord of the Rings.
as what Game of Thrones.
It's one of those two. Yeah.
All the books that Lord of the Rings has, obviously both trilogies for the Lord of the Rings, regular theatrical versions, and then super extended versions of it that people. So
yeah.
I mean, again, The Witcher has books just like Lord of the Rings does, but it ain't quite like Lord of the Rings. Doctor Who said Reacher is great. She on the last episode. So here's the other thing. Amazon also dropped another trailer today for a new cartoon. It's a boys cartoon. And that joint looks incredible. But I'm going to tell you what.
The boys animated joint, right?
Oh, yeah.
I heard him talking about that, but I never dropped the trailer. Okay.
Hey, let me tell you something. That joint finna be something. But what it is, I can't show that on this show. I can't show that trailer.
Oh.
I can't put that. That thing can't go. That thing can't go on here, bro.
Like Invincible times 2,
bro,
I guess.
Invincible and nudity and language it's everything. It's all of it. Bro.
My man Sin already going to find that.
Like, I
need this.
I'm pulling it up myself.
Yeah, like that joint is too much for me. Look,
so many,
bro. They go so hard. And it's different animation styles. It's like multiple stories being told. Like, the joint gonna be tough. But I'm gonna tell you right now.
Okay, F-bomb. As soon as we start, got it.
As soon as I seen it drop, I was like, "Oh, let me grab this for the." Oh, I better not grab this.
Can't do that.
You gotta have some limits, dog. Like, yeah, they go real hard, real hard. All right, so look, we're gonna wrap this one up. We got to do some rigmarole. It's been a long show. So, Jokes, you have a job to do.
Yes, sir.
y'all know the deal. We moved over from Linktree to Beacons. Hit the Beacons link. Follow us across the board. Click all the links. That'll take you to our MCU chat, our wrestling chat, our anime chat. Man, listen, those are popping. We have the Lotus Nights Movie Club. Saying what's the movie of the month?
Fight Club.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
And the discussion for Fight Club is happening this time next Wednesday inside of Lotus Nights Movie Club. So if you're not already a member, just jump in. Say, yes, I want to be in. And most of the time, it'll just let you in. If not, I'll let you in if I like you. But Lotus Nights Movie Club. So that discussion is next week. Lotus Nights Weekly will be back on its normal day of Tuesday next week. I have another special guest coming, gentleman by the name of Steve Dent, who, again, incredible producer, engineer, mixed artist. He has worked with some of the biggest and best in the music industry, especially on the hip hop side of things. So he's going to come. Again, we are showcasing and trying to spotlight some important and special Black creators this month. On that note, I want to thank you, Eric, for coming and joining us today.
Yes.
It has absolutely been a pleasure.
Yeah.
Eric's, I put your Instagram link up so people can click that link. Please go follow Eric. Also, pop the link up for AWA, Our Way Alliance, please, so that people can go there. Again, if you're involved in, or if you have kids, you know folks that are involved in the PTA, please push your PTA towards this Black-owned nonprofit organization to show kids the importance of learning how to draw and seeing what the options and opportunities are.
Yeah,
artists too, artists and adults.
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
we all give you something different to do, and if you need something to color, that's what this is here. Somebody did this piece for us. It's like, yeah, this will work.
I mean, it's again beautiful artwork. Thank you again for joining us, man.
Much appreciated.
I know it's late.
No,
I know
it's
you work
been
hard
great.
all day.
It's been great.
Always a pleasure to chop it up with you and talk. Hopefully we'll see you a little bit this weekend because we'll breeze through Katsucon. Like I don't know if I'm coming in the building.
Okay.
I'm gonna be at Katsucon, but I might just be outside dilly-dallying amongst the cosplays. Definitely plan to be there at least Saturday. At least Saturday. I might.
Well, this is our first time, so they got us in the Merchants Hall.
Yeah,
it's the location. So yeah, we'll see what it's all
about.
It'll
be cool, man. I think you'll enjoy yourself, man. Katsucon is like nothing else, man. It's nothing like that. Have you been to Katsucon and just not been with AWA or?
Exactly. I've been, and this was years ago. Katsucon, like just going through, checking it out. Yeah.
I want you to know it's much larger. It's much larger than it used to be. Although who knows with the way that things have been recently with people like not want to come out because of the pandemic and stuff like that. It might be a little bit more tame than it has been in a couple of years past. But traditionally, man, it's been off the hook in that joint. So, again, thank you so much for joining us. Again, we'll see y'all next week on Tuesday for Weekly. For those of you in Movie Club and those who aren't, please join Movie Club. We'll be doing our discussion on Fight Club. Just so you're aware, the Movie Club discussions are now also becoming an audio podcast. So last month's discussion is currently up, Spotify and Apple Podcasts and so forth. The link is also in the Beacon, so you can just jump there and go and listen to the podcast. We appreciate your support there. Sin, you got a job to do.
Yes, so let's shout out our top tier patrons, starting with Anthony Cunningham, Marcus Houston, Susan Dortch, and Tyrone Carson. Thank you very much. We truly, truly appreciate it.
Right. Somebody check on Marcus, man. I ain't seen Marcus. Somebody check on Marcus. I don't know what's going on. I might have to get with him. Yeah, J. Robert Deans, I got your email. I read your information. I have a little something for you. I'll reach out to you.
I just said something to him actually because we were talking about Lost Ark. So yeah.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, because you posted about it. Him and the
Marcus
comment on it.
Okay, so he's okay. He's just not here right now.
Yeah. So I thought about grabbing it.
Usually he's in the comments being.
It's free. Oh, Sen, we have to actually do this Destiny 2 mission. That joint is actually only available through the end of the week, and it goes away when the new thing starts.
Well, I guess I gotta buy that tonight. Okay.
Better jump on it, buddy. Because you know what I'm gonna do? Not play that joint. Nah, I don't know. I might. Maybe. We'll see. I doubt it. I don't think I think Rainbow Six has me right now. That's my jam. That's where I'm at. So listen, we getting ready to get out of here. again, I want to leave y'all with a little something. Please remember that just because you have a well thought out plan doesn't necessarily mean it's a good idea. With that, we're out. Toodles and lose.